G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for joining me today. And oh, hello there, Marcy. Nice to see you there, my dear. Cherry, g'day. Yes, it has. Can't believe this week has gone by so quick either. And to Julie that popped in to say g'day, a nice big shout out to you. Thanks for popping in to say hello. All right, so I'm always going to be coming back to this color pencil project. You know what, this is if I'm not a very patient person, like by nature, that is not me, but something like this will really test my patience, and I think I'll be okay. What I also wanted to, I'm going to share something a little later on today. I wanted to play around with some art supplies, but we'll see how we go with time. Probably in the latter half of the stream. I've got things like this. Okay, I've got things like the PH Martin. Now I know these are ink. All right, but this, the Hydrus, this is the Bombay, that's the ink, but this is the Hydrus. Okay, so I've got these. All right, so I think it's safe to put them on here for a minute. Plus I've also got, and these are not supplies that I've bought, but it's supplies that I have. And if we're going to be comparing watercolor, what do they call it? What do you call it? Fine art watercolor paints. I suppose the Schminker are a very good comparison. So we're not comparing apples and oranges. We are comparing apples with apples. Well, hang on, let's get this one out. So, I know I'm going to have some. I'm going to do something bad here. Yes. Oh. So yeah. So, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to play around with the mixed media, this paint on. And one that I talked about on a previous stream, and I just wanted to play around, and I thought that you might be able to help me and to see what if you've got any ideas and how you would use a paper like this. So, Clairefontaine, my favourite paper people. There's lots of papers that I do like, but any paper that they. Oh no, I can't say that. Or can I? Maybe I can. I think any paper that I have tried has been really, 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 really good and really interesting. So there's that. So just let me put this aside very neatly so I don't make a mess, or which is what I usually do, make a mess. Okay. Plus, I also wanted to talk about. And there's the really nice packaging too. And I also wanted to ask you, and for the people that are in the chat and for people that are watching this, when you're testing things and when you're playing around with things, do you keep them in some kind of a place where you can always refer to them? For example, I'm just going to bring something out. Let me see if I can get it. Hang on a sec. I'm here. So say for example, I've got yet another. Is this the one? Yeah. So I've got a book where I test things. So so we'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. So I've got to do a little bit of this colored pencil project. And okay, hang on. It's coming along wonderfully. Okay. Hi, Nan. Hello. How you going? Nice to see you here. So, well, you could call me enabling, but I'm going to be playing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing. Okay, so this project, of course, like I'll come back to this project now, and of course it looks very grainy at the moment, and that's okay. The reason why it looks grainy is because I've gone very gentle with my colored pencil, because I just wanted to make sure that I was happy with where I'd placed my values and things and that kind of thing. And sometimes you know, like I'm not happy with the nose quite yet, or there's a part of the nostril which is here. And what I've noticed is that because I haven't gone too heavy with my colored pencil, like the pressure that is, and if I've made a mistake, I'm able to pick up the pencil from the surface. Now, the surface that I'm using is Stonehenge, and it's not the pads, it is the sheets, okay? There is a difference, and that's by Legion, I think. Yeah, that's Stonehenge, yeah. So, I mean, essentially it's a printing paper, but it is wonderful with coloured pencil. And I know, Nan, that you've told me quite a few times that, you know, this is a really nice paper and that I'm going to love it. And you are right, you are correct. So, having said that again, yeah, so by not putting too much pressure, and we know that coloured pencil is not forgiving, so once I feel that I've got it right, then I'll start adding more pencil and making it not so grainy. Okay, now I'm resisting using any you know, mineral spirits or anything like that. The only thing that I will be blending with are the coloured pencils themselves, a paper stump, probably the colourless blender. It's in here. I saw it a second ago. There it is. The colourless blender that I have by Caran d'Ache. But you know, I might weaken. I'm not saying that I'm not going to say I'm not going to, but the plan is not to. Okay, so these are the things I'm going to be blending with. Okay, now I know this is going to take me an age and a half, and I'm going to have to, unfortunately, put you guys through it. Well, you know, you're seeing the process, you know, it's actually happening. Yeah, so I'm just going through now, and I'm actually sort of happy with certain areas, so I'm just going to keep on, you know, just keep on adding the layers. Hazel, g'day, hello, how you going? Marcy says, I should, but I usually test on scraps and they get thrown away. I love the way you curate yours. Yes. Well, you see, I forget. You know, I forget, you know, sometimes, I mean, most of the times I remember, but there are times when, you know, things do slip my mind because I do so much. So I'm just trying to, you know, and it's a good way for me to use a sketchbook. You know, I have so many that it's shameful to tell you how many I've got, and I don't want to do that. Okay, use too many, that is. All right, so the coloured pencils that I'm using, just to reiterate, it is the Polychromos, the Caran d'Ache Luminance, the Derwent Lightfast, and I'll probably be using the Pablos for some details and stuff like that. So, having said all of that, just wondering how everyone's week has been. I hope everyone's week has been going okay. There have been a few people that have asked. We've had some floods here on the east coast of Australia, predominantly in New South Wales. There has been quite a bit of flooding near my area, around my area, but luckily I'm okay because where I live, it's on a high vantage point, and mind you, I'm only like about a 5-minute walk from the lake. We've got a lake. It's called Lake Macquarie, and where I'm, you know, I'm quite close to it. But I'm very lucky that you know, we haven't seen that. You know what? If it's not bloody fires, it's bloody floods. you know, like summertime we've got, you know, fires, which, you know, we're, you know, of course I'm next to a bush too, you know, like I'm, you know, 2 houses, I'm the second house away from a bush, you know, and then there's one across the road as well. So, okay, my week has been great. Wow. Okay, way to go, Nan. G'day, Polo. Hello. Nolani. Hello, my dear. How you going? Yeah. So if you hang around long enough, we're going to be playing with watercolor, fine watercolors. Okay, and testing out. Oh, and I'm going to be using the brushes, my new Derwent brushes, which I really like to give them a really good workout if I can, but you know, we're just going to be playing. Okay, you know how I love to experiment and stuff like that, so most definite. Yeah, so it's yeah, so what else has been well, my week, as you know, like I've got a day job, so that sort of keeps me busy. Also, I've been, you know, like I'm on Patreon a couple of nights a week during the week, and that's a good segue here for Patreon. If you can see, I've got like a little thumbnail up there, just letting you know that I am on Patreon. And what we do there is we do a lot of, I must admit, probably about, I don't know, 70 to 80% surreal projects, really unusual projects. But what it does, we incorporate, you know, like real things, and making real things in an interesting concept, an interesting painting, so to speak. But what the idea is to, with Patreon for me and for my patrons, the idea is to give you confidence, to tackle any project that you want. And by doing that is we slowly but surely show you little techniques on how to do something. You know, it could be something very minute, or it could be something really major. Yes. No, says Chrissy, I got those brushes. Totally your fault. Totally my fault. Yeah, well, you know, you guys do it to me too. I'm only sharing the love. Well, look. Okay, so while we're on Patreon, so what I should do is just very briefly show you, I'm just going to show you what we're doing. For those, we do have Cherries in the chat. She's a patron and she's doing one of these projects. What we're doing is we're painting waterfalls. Okay, learning how to paint waterfalls or running water, so to speak. So we've got 2 projects. One is a deer and one is a bear. Okay, because we had a request for a bear. But the deer, and of course it is a work in progress. Okay. So, and here we go. There we go. This is it here. So it is a work in progress. So that's that one. And of course that one is with pan pastels and all of these interesting techniques. And the other one is we're doing a bear. And there's a bear. So there's we're very busy behind the scenes, and behind the scenes, yes, you're doing the bear, Cherry. Yes, so I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going with that. So that's the sort of thing that this is the current project that we're doing, and we'll be doing after that. We'll be doing another portrait, probably something surreal. I've got something really special planned. So yes. So, and all the oh, Silke, hello, nice to see you. Hello. Yeah. So that's what's yeah, so, oh, sorry, that's what I wanted to say. I was a bit distracted. Yeah, all of those details of where you can find me on Patreon are in the description box below. And what else have I been doing? Oh, you know, I've got to say, what else have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of thinking as well. You know, like when I say thinking, I'm thinking about art, okay? And I've got a few really big projects going, and sometimes I do get distracted and, you know, I'm coming backwards and forwards. But my cards are still going, so I do apologise for those sometimes, for those people who have been waiting for those, but you know, it's yeah, well, yeah, but it's still going. So I'm in the digital process now at the moment, and so I'm just making sure that all of these things are right, because you know, I'm going to spend quite a lot of money printing these, so I just want to make sure that it looks right, you know, especially when you're taking photo of images, making sure that, you know, there are no blemishes and stuff like that. So and then, you know, all the projects that we're all doing together, I think if I didn't have my day job, I reckon they would have been out already by now, you know. And I do have family commitments as well. When I say family commitments, my children have, you know, fled the nest. But, you know, like I'm also taking care of my parents, who are aged and frail, and they've sort of distracted me a little bit too. So, you know, and then I've got myself a dog. So, you know, Chrissy, come on, why are you doing this to yourself? You don't have time. But my puppy, she's brought me a lot of joy, and she continues to bring me a lot of joy. And she's just sitting out of my art area, and she's just sitting outside on a dog bed. She's got a little coat on because it's bloody freezing. When I say bloody freezing, 6 degrees today, but sunny. 6 degrees. Okay, wow. Is Janice in? Yeah, Janice can't, yeah, because of yes, that's right. She messaged me and she said she can't come in because of, and the only thing that she's got is her phone, and so poor thing. So, you know, for all of those, you know, I know I share the pain, because there were times when things were out and I just couldn't do any, like for internet, I wanted to do things and I couldn't do anything. I mean, I suppose this is first world problems, isn't it? So, you know, we're so used to having the internet and all of this technology that when we don't have it, we get all funny. Well, I do. So Janice, if you're listening, g'day, and to all our Canadian friends, g'day. Hopefully, if you're seeing this stream on your phone, because Janice said she could only use her phone, so yeah, okay, seriously, what is going on in Canada? Yes, I know, and it's a nationwide internet outage. Ali, oh, Kalisas Mera. G'day, Ali. Ali said, and good day to you in Greek. And good day to you as well. We're on another heat wave, around 30 degrees. That's not a heat wave. Cherry, that's not a heat wave. That's like, you know, a very nice warm day, that is. Ali is swearing at us again. No, I assure you, Ali is not. He's wishing, in fact, he's wishing us all a good day. Because, yeah, okay, Oh, we had 40 today. Okay, well, when you're approaching 40, yeah, that's a bit warm. So, yes, I would say, and I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Yeah. So I know this is probably looking quite grainy, but you know what? I'm actually happy with how this project is going. There are so many wrinkles and so many, peaks and troughs with this fellow's skin that it's making it for a very interesting project. And it's interesting how coloured pencil, I'm chopping and changing the conversation, but it's interesting how coloured pencil varies when we're talking about pastel, say, for example, which is so forgiving and, can't help but love pastel, but I love coloured pencil too, that's the thing. But I just have to work a little bit differently and try to make less mistakes if I can. But, if I make a mistake, well, so be it. I'll try to, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. How about that? I'll cross that bridge when I get there. And also I wanted to ask, has anyone bought any art supplies lately, or this week, that you can share with us? Admittedly, I haven't bought any. I'm running out of space to put them. That's the problem. If you saw my art space, there are things on the floor, not my pads and stuff like that, like my paper but I've got things on the floor now. Yeah, not good. Oh, look, Athena has just, she's protecting. Okay, oh yes, I have a confession. I bought more gouache. Oh dear. And Polo says only half pan of watercolour and some paper. Don't you like the smell of new art supplies? Like, I even smell everything. I smell everything. I love the smell of new art supplies, particularly I'm sniffing, particularly coloured pencil. Like, this still smells like, this is very, very awkward, but still smells of cedar. I love the smell of cedar. The Luminance. Okay, that's not as strong as the Derwent ones, but I know that they use cedar as well. But yeah. Nanette says lightweight. Ah, dear. Yeah. Well, Nanette, more gouache. Well, you'll have to tell us. Yeah, maybe I should get those out as well and play with those. They would be perfect on that, wouldn't it? Oh. And the good thing with that one is that I've got all of these different colours that I could test and play on. So, yeah. Okay, Cherry says, I've just ordered a few replacement pastel pencils. Otherwise, I've been shopping for kitchen bins and canisters. There you go. You know what? You're going to have to show me when you're finished with your kitchen, Cherry, because we've heard about your kitchen. You're going to have to take some photos and share with us and let us know how it all goes out. But that's okay. Silke says, Chrissy, I bought some colour pencil from Cult Pens when they had their summer sale. Ah, yes. Nice. Nice. Have you got them yet? Maybe not, because they're in the UK, so you may not have them. Oh, g'day, Horsewoman. Hello. Hi, Chrissy. Just purchased $300 in art supplies yesterday, waiting for Amazon to deliver. Oh, my gosh. What did you buy? $300? Yes, come on. You got to tell us what you get. Ali says, Nanette and Chrissy, I don't like swearing. It ruins the language that you learnt since you were small. It sounds out of place when you say it. Oh, no. No. Nanette is being funny like me. Okay, Nanette says, I bought Marmary blue gouache. Nice. Okay, not because I needed it, but because there were only 4 left in stock. Perfect excuse if you ask me. Cherry says, okay, we're in limbo at the moment with the kitchen as everyone keeps going on holiday. Well, yeah, it's summertime. Oh, yeah, it's summertime, isn't it? So all of the work people, they're all on holidays, are they? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, this is what I mean with the... Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, that's right. Nanette's just kidding because we couldn't read the... That's right. See? Nanette is our resident comedian. Her wit is very, very quick. In fact, I'm not quick enough. She's too quick for me anyway. All right, so one would probably, in this situation, use a Tombow eraser here, or here we go. Oh, and these erasers, by the way. So the little, I don't know what you call them, but it's yeah, the little dot one and the rectangular shape one. So probably I would use it here. I want to make just a few little white lines, but before I do that, I could also use, because I want it to be gentle. I want it to be gentle with the surface, and just dab with the kneaded eraser and create that texture there, and it's happening. Okay. You bought Chinese orange 21mm watercolor, Rembrandt watercolor in rose, nice. 5 mils of quinacridone pink, nice, from Daniel Smith, and the Shinhan, look, I can't even pronounce that, but okay. All right, yes, that's a very good question. And do you have plans for them? Yeah, absolutely. What are the kinds of things that you like to paint, Ali, with watercolor? You'll have to share, because I know you've got quite a bit of knowledge with watercolor and the pigments, so that you'll have to share what you're intending to paint, because we're all very curious. And actually, what's a good thing is that maybe, oh, that's okay. I buy art supplies and I don't use them sometimes for a very long time. They sit there and they, but I like to look at them as well, you know. Yeah, such bright colours. I figure he has something in mind. Yes, I think so too, Nanette. I think so too. This is like the best. This kneaded eraser, I swear to God, this is the best tool ever that you could ever have. You make sure no matter what art supply you have, you must have a kneaded eraser, because what it does, just picking up the pigment. Okay, you like painting botanicals, so the pinks make sense. Oh, there you go. Well, in that case, when you start painting with them, you're going to have to share your project with us on Share Your Art with Xrissart. Share Your Art with Xrissart is a Facebook group that we have where we continue the conversation from the live stream. And when we're talking about sharing our artwork and what we're up to, that is a very good... it's a very good way for us to share. But, you know, you don't have to, of course, but, you know, we're all friends, and and we encourage each other as well. So so there you go. That builds up some really nice texture. Really nice texture. I like painting botanicals as well. Yes, I do like painting botanicals as well. So I love painting. What are the subjects that I like painting with? I love painting flowers. I enjoy painting that. I enjoy painting portraits. I do, I suppose I always say that I don't paint that many animals, but I do paint animals. But I think I enjoy painting, I do enjoy painting them. But I think portraits are my my absolute favourite. I think, yeah. So right now I'm just trying to get rid of the grainy bit that's happening here, and yeah. Okay, here we go. Horsewoman says, I'm not at home and internet is bad. Yeah. You don't live in Canada, by the way, do you? I purchased the Sennelier 120 Paris half-stick pastels. Oh my gosh. I bet you can't wait to use those. I can't remember the other stuff. That's how you know that you've ordered a lot of art supplies. I finally got my phone. Oh yeah, my PH Martin's concentrated colours. All the sets. Oh, look, funny you should talk about that. Look at this. I've got the, do you mean like the hydrous or the ink? Yeah, the ink. Because, yeah, I've bought, yeah, because I wanted to test out later on in the stream. I'm going to test out, you know, I'm going to test out, and the Schminker watercolor. Here we go. I want to test those out in comparison, say, to the Hydrous PH. You know, that's what I mean. And you can imagine, I reckon these would be great for airbrushing as well. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. So, and giving these Derwent watercolor brushes a bit of a ink. Okay, you got the ink. All right. So you got these ones. Is it the Bombay? I think you must have got. Isn't it funny how I pulled these out? Like, you know. See, there's also Winsor Newton. See, this is India ink, whereas this is not India ink. This is like, the Winsor Newton is ink, like ink. That sounds stupid the way I say it. But yeah. See, Lightfast and waterproof, pigmented. Yeah, so. And if we're talking about light fastness, I'm not au fait too much with Bombay inks as far as light fastness. But they would make a very good base, and then you could put colour pencil on top. Oh yes, yeah. So, but yes, I mean, I think I'm a bit I'm a bit like you, Ali, in this case, where I've bought art supplies and I just like the look of them. Or was it Nanette who said that as well? Yeah. Just because, you know what I mean? Just because. But anyway. Okay, you have the Hydrous, Bombay and calligraphy, and now the dyes. The dyes? The dyes? Oh, I should go looking. I should go looking for the dyes. Bombay inks are very light fast. Well, there you go. Then I'm okay. And most are not light fast of the... okay, which Polo? Do you mean like the Bombay? I think it all depends which... yeah, I don't know. I haven't done my homework too much, but I don't care about the light fastness. I just want to play with them. Okay, I love their bottles. They are cute. They are, aren't they? They are. So, you know, wow, since 1934. Yeah, well, there you go. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So... yeah, and that's sometimes, like, do you get sucked in with the packaging? I get sucked in with the packaging. It's probably because I like to look at them. I do like to look at them. You know what, they would make, like if I had enough room, like that, and you know, you could actually have like a little display, I don't know, like a display cupboard, like that's got glass, and you have them all in a row, like all your art supplies, and as if you were in a like as if you're in a shop, and you go, well, look, I'll have one of those, and I'll have one of those. Actually, our friend Chandri is like that. She's her garage, or her garage. She's got you know, she's got them all in a row, and she's got all of these beautiful shelves, and she's got them all very neatly stacked. And I'm thinking, it looks like a supermarket or it looks like an art supply shop, and I just need to bring my trolley to go in and shop. But yes, okay, I was talking about the Winsor Newton. Oh, okay, all right. Yes, they are cute, aren't they? Yes. Yes. Well, I suppose you wouldn't need all that much, you see. You know, and they're pretty colours. Yeah, I display all my bottles on a shelf. See, there you go. And just looking at them, you know what I mean? Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I like that as well. Ali says, speaking about Greek, okay, they call the rose flower triandafilo. That's exactly right. Okay, whereas most European languages call it variations of the word rose. Albanian, Ukrainian, Romanian call it similar to the Greek, though. Yes. Oh, okay, I didn't know about that. But yes, triandafilo, that is rose in Greek. That's right, there you go. It's a good thing I read Greek. I know what you're talking about. Okay, Nanette says, yeah, I want to display all my cute little bottles too. Maybe they'd motivate me to use them. Yes, you see, at the moment, I'm running out of, dare I say again, space. But I want to display mine as well. I want to. Yeah. Yeah. See, right now, as you probably can't tell, but you probably can't tell on the stream, but what I'm doing is filling in the grainy bits, so I can move on, because I think it's something that that I have to, normally when I work, I like to cover everything very quickly, and that's with pastel, and then I start to go, say, to the next stage where I build up layers, and then I keep on building until I get to the, to the very last, say, 85%, and then I go in sometimes, like with pastel pencils, or, just going with detail. But with colour pencil, I'm just doing a whole, it's just different with the way I'm using these pencils. So another question then, when you change mediums, do you work differently, or do you work, when I say differently, so say for example, if you're used to using a particular medium, and like for example, like Pastel say with me, how do you work? Like, how do you work? Do you then cover everything and then, like, say for example, like what I just mentioned with Pastel, like I'll cover everything I possibly can and then build up, and where I haven't done that with the coloured pencil. So do you work differently? That's another question. Okay. And Nolani says, wonder if the displays manicurists used to display their nail polish would work with bottles of ink. Oh, that's a bloody good idea. Oh yes, I think that's a really good idea. I must, yeah, I mean, I don't get my nails done at a manicurist, but yes, although I've done it once in my life, but yes, that's a very good idea. See, there are so many storage solutions, but then you've got to have the area to put your your storage cupboard or something. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It does have the word rodo. Okay, which is similar to rose. Yes. Yes. For all of those in the chat, Ali is not swearing. He's talking. He's yes. Okay, okay, for the small bottles, but not the big ones. Ah, okay. Would be good, you think, within that nail cabinet, maybe. Nail polish cabinet. Can you hear those birds? Kookaburras. I'm not sure if you heard that, but they were kookaburras. I've got all sorts of wildlife happening out there, including little Athena, who is chasing birds and won't let birds sit on fences like they normally. They're our kookaburras. For those who are not Australian, who probably hear those all the time. Hey Silke, I'm sure you've got lots of kookaburras up there. Okay, Silke says, with coloured pencil, I work in sections because the medium is so slow and I don't want to be in the ugly stage for too long. That's exactly how I feel, yes. Okay, with the watercolours, I work on the whole piece. See, that's interesting. And it's interesting to see how you modify the way you work. Well, that's how it is. I mean, I get caught out between using oils and acrylics. I get into the trap with the acrylics because they dry so fast. I feel like, and I treat them the way I would when I'm painting with oils, but it's not really, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, yes, yeah. Okay, light on dark. Okay, after using pastels, I find it hard to leave the light areas and not putting light in dark. There you go. See, interesting. Interesting. All right. Okay, let me see. Okay, probably in about 10 minutes or so, I'll start playing with these and the different papers. So hang in there just for a little bit if you can. Okay. Chrissy, Ali says, I wish Derwent made larger pencils of Derwent Lightfast so it's easier to do larger areas. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, Cretacolor do make large coloured pencils as well called Mega Color. And I think, is it Lyra? No, not Lyra. Is it Lyra? Lyra, I think, also make, they're bigger. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Silke says, every time I switch mediums, it takes a while to get used to the new one. Yeah, it does too. Yep. Yes, and going back to your comment, Ali, yes, that would be good, isn't it? That would be good if we could, yeah. Yeah, for the larger areas. See, this bit here is I went too dark and just want to outline this. Sort of goes here. I think I went too dark. I think I did not do this right. It needs to be light up there, that's why. Faber-Castell makes Albrecht Dürer Magnus. They are so thick and fun to use. Maybe. Yeah. I must have a look. Yeah, you know what? Yes, you're right. I think I've seen them. But I haven't bought them, no. And that would be good for covering large areas, yes. Ali says, Chrissy, I think it's called Lyra Furby for the larger pencils. There we go. Yeah, but they aren't Lightfast, as they are only for children. Oh, well, there you go. Is that right? I thought that Lyra had a student, not artist grade. Okay, I mostly do watercolor and graphite. Okay, well, graphite, I suppose, is pretty much like colored pencil, isn't it? So you slowly build layers, and of course, you know, you've got your different varieties of or grades of graphite, soft and hard. So yeah, plus watercolor, pretty much like colored pencil. It's building up, isn't it? You just keep on building layers. So yeah, colored pencil and watercolor. Somehow I think this is why. Somehow this is looking just not quite there. And I think his nose looks like it's been broken. But he's on an angle as well. Okay, Lyra's artist grade are the Polycolour pencils. There you go. This is what I'm thinking of. Polycolour, made by Lyra. Okay, there you go. Just kookaburras, that's all. Yes, Polo, which makes it more quick. Yes, yeah, yes, yeah. You could finish a painting with watercolor almost in one session, couldn't you? Another medium which I love. Yeah, what are my loves? My loves. Pastel, of course. Coloured pencil, watercolour. Coloured pencil, watercolour. What are they? Coloured pencil, watercolour. apart from the pastels, that is, and of course oils. I think, oh, and the gouache, eh? The gouache. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. I mean, these are more translucent. These are not as translucent, I think. Or maybe they are, but I mean, that's what, it's different, hey. These are watercolors, but these are inks. I suppose, hang on, if we're comparing, there we go, those, yeah. If we're comparing, yeah, I think what would have been good maybe is to just maybe do it, but no, I just wanted to do a coloured pencil piece on this. But I suppose what would have been easier, probably take less time, would be to do this in watercolour in a very light wash, certain bits, and then go in with coloured pencil. But the whole purpose of this project was that I just wanted to do coloured pencil. Yeah, coloured pencil. And there's a I think I may have fixed it, sort of. There we go, I fixed it. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. I needed to somehow show the other nostril. There we go. Needed to show the other nostril faintly. Okay, Polo says, I use a base layer of water soluble graphite. Oh yes, now that's something I don't have either. See, there's so much. I should buy all of these before I retire from my day job, or leave my day job. Not retire from my day job, leave my day job. I don't see it happening though, not for a very long time. But it's on the cards, I'm sure. Something that, and just art for a lot of the day. Can you imagine how many projects I'd finish? I mean, I do have a lot going, but, and there's just a couple which are outstanding as far as, but not too many, considering I have like 3 or 4 going, or 5 going. Let me see, how many have I got going? 1, 2. Oh, I actually have 5 going. Now, art pieces going. A couple are very old, but they're still there, and they're still on my easel. I swear to you, they are. They're still there. And, you know, the one with the deer with the antlers and the crazy eyes, that's still there, and I look at that every day. Or not every day, every time I come in here. Yes, Paula, which makes it quick, yeah. Lyra's artist grade, yeah, hang on, I've done that. I've said that. Chrissy, apparently you can grate coloured pencil and use a soft blending sponge to smudge or blend with coloured pencil powder for larger areas and for an underpainting. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. That's a very good idea. You can grate the pencil and a soft tool, blending sponge to smudge. That's a very good idea. That's one way I can get away with. I'm going to use that for my larger areas rather than use solvent. You've just helped me. Well, This is cool. Thank you for that. Because I've got some larger areas up here and I'm thinking, So you would probably use a blade, grade it on a bit of paper. This is what you're saying, use a soft tool sponge like this and then pick it up and yes, I like that idea. Thank you very much. What is it? Down there for dancing, up there for thinking. I like it. I like it. Never thought of that one. Never thought of that one. I like that idea. Yes. Ooh, that's a very good tip. Tips and tricks. See, who says you don't learn anything on this channel? Oh dear. Yep. Yeah. So what's going on here is that I'm refining certain areas and I'm slowly pressing more, adding more pressure, but only slight. And where I get confident where these should be. I'm not going to say I can't wait till I finish it because right now I'm enjoying the process very much, and oh look, of course I can't wait till it finishes, but but like seeing things come to life, which is really cool. Yeah. No, truly, I'm going to use that tip. I like that tip. That was a very good tip. Thank you very much for that. Because I was thinking I was going to do it all the hard way. I never thought that. I never thought about that. All right. Okay, so let's put these aside and let's have a play. Let's have a play. And don't be screaming down at me. No, don't do this. All right, so let's... Okay. All right. Really love how... See, this helps me. When I do his face and his eyes, this helps me with the rest of the... with the rest of the project. It really does. Hang on, let me just move these to the side just for a moment. Who knows, I might need the coloured pencils close by. Hang on a sec. Okay. All right. So what do we have here? Okay, we've got the Bombay. We've got the Hydrus. And I've got the Schminker. So if we're comparing apples with apples, this is apples with apples. What's really interesting with the Schminker ones, lots of things actually. It tells you the lots of information on the bottle. It tells you about the light fastness. It's a shame that you don't get that on here, although you do get quite a bit of information. I can't see what it says. Oh look, it even gives you the pigment information, which is really good. PY3L. I suppose I'd have to look that up to see what kind of light fastness it has. And it's brilliant. It says brilliant concentrate, blend into mix, transparent, light fast, archival. Yeah, it doesn't tell you how much though. Do you know what I mean? Like this one tells you the stars, but I don't care. I'm happy with it anyway. It doesn't matter for me. All right. Yeah. So the good thing with this one, with the Schminker, is that you can put the ink in there. See? I think that's what it is. Yeah. With brush tip. Okay, so, oh look, avec, that's with in French, I know that much. That's part of my school French, by the way. I don't know French, but anyway. So, and of course you've got your tips there to change your tips. So, and I think you can buy these separately. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure about these. I reckon you could, but don't hold me to it. Okay, I was just about to go to bed, and now I have to stay and watch this. The portrait looks really good. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so enough carrying on. Now I left this on because I wanted the information. I'll probably, yes, I want the information because all of that stuff. So I'm going to put that aside just for the moment. So when we're talking about, oh, here we go. When we're talking about colours, with this paint on, I love the tan. I reckon that would be beautiful for, oh gosh, lovely drawings and stuff like that. Of course, we could use our white. Where did it go? I'm losing. Are you serious? Didn't I have just white here a second ago? How is it that I lose these things when they're right in front of me? Oh, because they're there. How goofy. Yeah, so, I think this would be really good. I like how they've got deckled edges as well. Okay, PY3 has some light fastness issues, but nothing major. Gotcha. Another way would be layer your colored pencil. You can use a heated gun. Oh yeah, I know about that one. Then a stiff brush. Yeah. Wow, that very good tip. I like that one. Stiff brush, soft tool blending, sponge to blend the colors. You have to do it very quickly. Yes. I think one of our friends, Oksana, does it like that. She was showing us one day, I think. Yes. Okay, now I can see that there are some differences. Doesn't tell you. Oh, hang on, it does tell you. It says, it's only in the different languages, I think. Yeah, different languages. Okay, well, there's, made in Morocco. Made in Morocco. Wow. Didn't know that. Okay, so if we're talking about, because some feel harder than others, that feels harder. I reckon that's good for coloured pencil. Well, that's obvious. white colour pencil perhaps, maybe a bit of pastel. It's all mixed, eh? Yep. And this one is slightly rougher. Shall we go with the rougher one? I'll go with the rougher one, hey? And there's like little, like honeycomb. You can't tell, but there's honeycomb. One side is smooth and one side is like a honeycomb on the harder one. Okay, paint on. All right. So, what are we going to do? Okay, well, let's compare apples with apples then, won't we? Okay, I'll put a drop on this side, and I shouldn't get it mixed up, should I? I want the thicker one. No, that's too thin. See, these brushes are really cool. Look at this. Oh, gosh. Oh, sorry. Bugger. This is what I'm going to say. Bugger. Are you serious? Oh, jeez. Oh, well, thanks for the warning. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, well, that paper picks that up very quickly. Crikeys. Okay, oh, hang on, let's do this just in case. Okay, fine. Well, don't do what I did. Okay. All right, so there's obvious thicknesses. So there we go. I'm just going to... Can I be any more clumsy? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to leave this here. Oh boy. And I did that, okay. And the hydrous. And mind you, I only need a drop, you know. That's all that I really need. So I just push this and out comes the water. There we go. Okay, this is the hydro. Sorry, this is the PH Martin on this paper. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, for grating the coloured pencil tip, an X-Acto, yes, I've got one of those. I'm going to use that, don't you worry. Working or a craft knife wouldn't give the very fine powder. Oh, okay. Oh, so what do you want me to grate it on? You can by sanding, a sand block. Okay, gotcha. Which will give a fine powder. Okay. Got it. Okay. Lovely and vibrant though, the PH Martin, aren't they? Okay. Nice. Okay, this is the Schminker. Oh, you know what? The Schminker is not as runny as the PH. The Dr. But just as good. As you can see, just as good on this paper. Wow. I want to see what happens when things dry on here. And I suppose I shouldn't treat it like watercolour paper. I think that's the... Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. And maybe not use water. I think that's what I should do. Maybe not use water. I think that's probably better. Is that granulating? Looks like it's granulating. It must be the paper. I'll show you in a minute. It looks to me like it's granulating. Okay. Whoa. All right. So, let's go the Bombay Indian ink. So hopefully it'll dry. Slight buckle, but not much. Well, I did put water on it, didn't I? Okay, it seems more opaque though. Yes, Polo, you are correct. That is what I'm finding. I see there's a lovely translucent, well, it's water, yeah, they're both. It's got a lovely translucent, the pH compared to the Aqua Drop. It says here transparent, and this one says transparent as well. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe it's my application, so let me just do without water. Yeah, it's more opaque. Definitely. More opaque. Yeah. All right. Yep. Okay. Let's try the ink on this paper. And again, just a drop, hey? That's the ink. And I need to write these down as I do it because I want to show you something as well. Well, I might as well just use a colored pencil. So we've got here the schminker. The schminker Aqua Drop. And this is the Dr. Martin. PH Martins. Why I call it PH? This is the one. It's how I remember it. Okay. That's the Hydrus. Okay, so we've got that. Interesting how it's drying. This is drying. I can see it looks like it's granulating. Not sure. It could be the paper, but if we're comparing it, that is looking more even. I don't see any granulation, but it's really, they're both really nice. I really like them both. Okay, so that was the Bombay Ink, and let's go the, no, I better do it. Otherwise I'm going to get confused, so I won't do that. This is the ink. How good is it on this surface? We'll be able to see this a little bit clearer. So it must be the paper that's making it do that, because I already can start to see that. Let's just put a little bit more. So this is the ink. All right. And I better write this down. Okay. Bombay. India. Ink. All right. Now the next one I'm going to try is the watercolor. Derwent has an Inktense grater. Yes, it does, and I've got one. Yeah, always found it hilarious. Yeah, I know. Well, because they had the art blocks. They had the they had what they called art blocks. Oh God. Yeah, art blocks. Yeah. Silke says, I find the Schminker ones very pigmented. You only need a small drop and more water. Yeah, correct. That's why. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see how we go with this one. Okay, the Hydrus watercolor. Well, this one needs water, so maybe too much water. So this paper's, withstanding this kind of fluid or liquid. Okay, I'm going to write this one down because I will forget, and I'll show you my book, because this is going to go in my book, you see, the Hydrus. So we are, really? Serious? Okay, so if we're comparing apples with apples, that's apples and oranges, this one. Okay, so let's have a go with this one. The Schminker. Put that on tight. I'm not going to put any water on this. Oh my gosh. Is there anything that Schminker don't do well? Look at that. The vibrancy is just incredible. For those who love working with color, oh my gosh. My golly gosh. Do you mean the art bar? Yes, I do mean the art bar. Geez, you're very... You know a lot of products. Yeah, yes, I know they have discontinued them, but I do have a set. Yes, I do have a set. I'm one of those people that has to buy the set. I do have them. Okay, so this is the Schminker Aqua Drop. And that's the magenta. I should actually, sorry. All right, so that is cool. Super cool. All right, so inks. Okay, if we're going to go inks, super translucent, this one. I'm going to use another brush for this one. I'm going to use the Winsor Newton and the turquoise, I think, if we're going India, but this is India ink, this is not India ink. Okay, so yeah. All right. Oh God, I don't even know how I'm gonna. Oh, I know what I'll do. I forgot the my little dropper for this. These ones don't have droppers, which is probably a bit of a... It makes it a little bit harder, doesn't it? But I don't want to contaminate the bottle, so I'll get this. So this is Winsor Newton ink, blue. I'm not pressing on water or anything like that. Mind you, these brushes work beautifully. Is the Winsor Newton a drawing ink? Dye-based. I don't know about that. I wonder. I'll have to do some more research on that one. Does it say anything? No, it doesn't say anything. No, I have to, oh, look at that. Brilliant. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on that one if it's dye-based. Maybe someone can check up for me while I'm here. Yes, use a dip pen. Yes, I know. Yeah, oh, yeah, I know. Yep. You're right, Polo? Yes, they are. There you go. I'm glad that someone that, yeah. But it's fun playing, isn't it? Like this is one of my favourite things to do. Okay, so that was the wind. Oh, let me just write that one down. I have to write this one down. Just ink. Okay, so we're comparing it with the cyan blue, the watercolour, which is, oh no, we're not. We're comparing it with this. What am I saying? The Bombay India ink. But you know what? You could mix these. You could do so much with it, hey? Love this cyan. Oh, look. Isn't this a glorious colour? You know, if you were thinking about buying ink and you were thinking, which one should I get? Look, personally, I think it's what your finances will allow you to, because all of these are just, I would say, brilliant to work with. I mean, look at that colour. Oh my golly gosh. Oh my golly gosh, that is just gorgeous colour. Oh, love it. Okay, this is the Bombay India ink. And I should put down paint on paper. Clairefontaine. Really, really, really nice. Okay. All right. Shall we try? Okay. Shall we try? I want to try the red. Okay. I want to try the red, and I wonder if I could mix. Of course, I could mix, couldn't I? Let me try the red Bombay Indian ink. Look, sorry, crimson. What am I saying? Crimson. I'm going to put the opaque. Now it's opaque white. So, okay. I'll put that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that's the crimson. Sorry, mixing. I want to mix it. There we go. So mixing the Bombay ink with the Schminker. Oh wow. And now I'm going to release some water. That's lovely too. That's lovely too. So it works. It works really well. Just want to clean this very quickly, so because it's ink, it's going to stain. Make sure that I can get as much as I can off it. Like, look after my brushes if I can. Okay, so mixing Bombay with the Schminker, Bombay Ink with the Schminker Aqua Drop. Right, one last test. I want to see if this is dry. Maybe. Okay, so okay, so with this paper and the ink drop, colored pencil does go on top. Okay, well, that works really nicely. All right, so having said that, I'm just going to put these aside, and I just wanted to show you the reason why, because my memory is sometimes shot. Okay, so this is a nice way to, this paper is really nice. So I'm not using the honeycomb side, I'm using the smooth side of that paper. But when we're talking about like testing and having a place where you can test things, so say for example, these are all the things that I have tested in the past. It's a book where I and there's my graphite on different testing out graphite on different papers, like what's the best paper to use. Really, there's no best paper. It's how you use it, the pressure, all of that sort of stuff. So this is what I do. I use this as my reference. And so, hot press, here we go, Arche, using gouache, graphite, Inktense. So is this, I think this is probably, and of course this is pastel, so I've actually just put a bit of glassine on top, and that's testing out colored pencil with pastel pencil, what the difference is. And this is what happens with watercolor. So, you can actually reference these. There you go. Cauliflowers on pastel mat. Here's me when I was using the gold leaf, Neo Color, what they do. This one was a really, really good one, where I had divided this into 4. And sometimes you've got to do like a real project to sort of get the feel. So, and I was mixing, and this was on pastel mat, and I was using acrylic, acryl bronze, gouache on here, Mission Gold watercolor, and more gouache. Neo Color 2 here, and Luminance colored pencil, pan pastel colored pencil, Pablos with solvent, and then here Liquitex ink, Winsor Newton Indian ink. Is it Indian ink? I don't know. Yeah, Derwent Inktense. So yeah, and seeing what the differences were, Russian gold, look, it's all through there. So yeah, so I just thought I'd share how I oh gosh, what happened here? How, and some of these are on stream or in my videos, and I've just put them aside so I can refer to them and go back to them, and this is when I used when I was using different quality watercolors and pencils and stuff like that. So this is on canvas. This would have been acrylic, and I believe, and I haven't written this one on here, but I know what this was. This was using student grade and artist grade acrylics. Yeah, so yeah, drafting film, So this is, it'd be interesting to see if you've got using different papers with pastel mat and colored pencil. So this is going to be added to to my book. So, but anyway, look, thank you so much. That looks very organized. Yes. Well, you know, I've got to remember why I buy these things and how to use them sometimes and experiment. But look, all, thank you so much for joining me this week. Hope to see you all next week again. Have a lovely weekend, and yeah, talk to you again. Okay, bye for now.